Scanning for audio.
Welcome to a Tin Dog podcast, number 200 and something or other. I truly have no idea. Reviewing Colony in Space.
Hello? Main dome. Can you hear me? Our dome is being attacked. Please, you must send help.
Look at this report. I want to know for certain. The exploitation of this planet can make us rich.
If we get rid of the colonists.
This is our world. You've no right to be here.
My corporation has been assigned the mineral rights on this planet.
Even if it means turning this planet into a slag heap.
What are you up to?
Just making a few tests.
Are you some kind of scientist?
I'm every kind of scientist.
What's good for IMC is good for Earth.
Earth or your corporation's profits?
A great honor to meet you, adjudicator.
It's the Master!
We're not going to start a war. I've been chained to a bomb, hunted and shot at. Take your mark! As far as I'm concerned, the war's already started.
Get out of my way! I remind you that I am captain of this ship and I can have you executed without trial.
You will soon see the most powerful weapon ever created.
Get off this planet.
I'll send a fleet to wipe you out.
We're all going to die!
Look out!
You intend to hold the universe to rats.
This planet could be the center of a mighty empire.
I will not join you in your absurd dreams of a galactic conquest.
Then die!
Colony in Space is an odd little DVD. It's only one disc, and part of you thinks it should be a 2-disc. I mean, let's face it, it's 6 episodes long. Sadly, it's from an NTSC recreational. Perhaps it isn't, and it just doesn't look very good. But that's a first look. No, what you really need to do is look at it and go, it's a 6-part story with John Pertwee and Joe. I wonder if it's any good. And you know, it's not bad. It's really not bad. But what's it about? Well, let's read from the press release. The Time Lords discover that the Master has stolen secret files revealing the location of the dreaded Doomsday Weapon. They summon the Doctor out of exile on Earth and send him 5 centuries into the future to a distant planet to retrieve and safeguard this vital information. Arriving there, the Doctor and Joe encounter a group of Earth colonists whose very existence is under threat, and representatives of the ruthless Interplanetary Mining Corporation are disputing the colonists' claim to the planet. The only hope is the imminent arrival of the Adjudicator from Earth to resolve the dispute. Meanwhile, the Doctor pursues his mission, but first he must deal with the giant lizards, killer robots, and deadly primitive tribesmen, knowing all the while that the Master can't be far away. Yes, did that sound overly complicated? Well, you know, it kind of is. Russell T Davies once said that if you talk about colonists in Doctor Who, you kind of lose half the audience. But if you talk about survivors and people are homesteaders, then you stand a pretty good chance. All to me, looking back on my memories of this programme, it just makes me go, isn't this the story that's got Gail Tilsley in it from Coronation Street? And it has. And I know I've told this story before, but there was once a scene in Coronation Street where Audrey was sitting with Gail on a step talking about Doctor Who and how it used to frighten them. Standing next to them was Fred Elliott, and further along was, you're guessing where this is going. Everyone in the entire scene had at some point been in Doctor Who, but they were treating it like they hadn't been, and it was a lovely little nod to all of us. Perhaps my memory's playing tricks again, but they definitely had that scene. Yes, she was in it, and that's fine. It's not the fastest of pacing stories. It's not the most wonderful things, but it is one of the nice Pertwees, and God, I love a good Pertwee. It's brilliant. But of course you may already own this on VHS, or at least from some other source, so why shell out your hard-earned cash? Well, apart from the fact that you're, paying for something that you should love because you're a Doctor Who fan, It's the extras, the unique bonus material, or whatever they call it these days. You've got your 6 25-minute long colour episodes. Yeah, you know you have those. That's your basic episodes. Your commentary, that's in stereo. Woohoo! You've got Katie Manning, Bernard Kay, Maurice Perry, director Michael Bryant, script editor Terence, oh yeah, and assistant floor manager, some bloke called Graham Harper. And it's all moderated by good old Toby. Toby's moderation's been getting better and better, and I'm so looking forward to hearing this. The making of opens with some fantastic computer generation stuff that looks a bit like South Park, called IMC Needs You. The cast and the crew look at the making of the story with the same sort of people who were already on the commentary, but the opening animation sequence is well worth it just for that. From the cutting room floor, an annotated selection of unused trims from the story's location and model filming. Model shots always get my vote. You've no idea how much I love scale model sci-fi stuff. Oh, it's just brilliant. Photo gallery, coming soon. Now they're coming soon. God, that's brilliant. You've got 2-unit stories. Admittedly, it's not Terror of the Zygons. That's not a problem. What you have got is Android Invasion. And Invasion of the Dinosaurs, or as it was known in Episode 1, Invasion, or Dinosaurs Invasion, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's the one with the pterosaur on the front going, ah. I think that's how it was pronounced. I've probably lost a lot of you by saying that, but for the 2 people out there who got the joke, welcome to the inside of my head. The Radio Times listing, the production subtitle notes, and of course, yes, have a drink if you're playing the Tin Dog Podcast drinking game, the production notes. Yes, my life is not complete unless there's a little bit of text at the bottom of the screen telling me what's going on and some interesting and slightly pointless facts going on. Marvellous. For those of you who've been hanging on, listening to this show for the last 200 and odd episodes, and thank you for that. No, really, honestly, thank you for listening. It actually means quite a lot to me. You'll know that I often refer back to the Discontinuity Guide. Paul Cannell, Martin Day and Keith Topping's completely invaluable reference book. And I just wanted to share you what it says on page 126 about this very story. The bottom line. Well-meaning and much more interesting before the master arrives, at which point it turns from a Hulk political parable into a typical runaround, rather like watching socially aware paint dry. Yeah, that's a bit harsh. It's not quite that bad. All right, it does start to feel a bit like one of the slightly worse episodes of Blake 7, which, came 10 years later, so you can let that off. And when the master does turn up and going, well, he doesn't exactly twirl his moustache, but he might as well. He's right, it does go a bit downhill. That's all right. It does follow the standard format of one of these stories, the 6-parter, where you've got a 2-2-parter and a 4-parter kind of glued together, making the narrative fit together quite elegantly. So yeah, it's not the best story in the world, but give it a go. You know you want to. So until next time, I'll bid you all a fond farewell. Be seeing you. You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Contact us at tin-dog@hotmail.co.uk.
(1974), 11 Hodgson Gardens, Letchworth.
So, Jamie, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Oh, bless him.
Oh, you can't be an engine, Jamie, can you? I mean, what job do you want to do?
I want to be the man who makes the noise of the TARDIS.
Actually, he's very good. Do your TARDIS noise for Uncle Brian, Jamie.
Shy.
Go on. Oh, very good. Well, what's the TARDIS, Pam?
Shh.
1983.
James, now you're 15, your dad and I really think you should work out what you might want to do after school.
I have, actually.
Oh, good. What are you thinking?
I'm going to be the man that makes the noise of the TARDIS.
No, James, seriously.
If you don't want to know, don't ask me.
1985, King Edward IV Grammar School, Richmond.
Treadwell, I've been looking at your UCAS form. I see you've only applied to colleges that offer sound engineering.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's a very limited field. I mean, you've got excellent grades. Why not apply for engineering generally?
No, sir. I'm going to be a sound engineer and work in the BBC radiophonic workshop and be the man that makes the noise of the TARDIS, sir.
Are you being cheeky, Treadwell?
No, sir.
1989 graduation ceremony, Nottingham University.
Congratulations, son.
We're very proud of you. First-class degree.
Thanks, Mum. Thanks, Dad.
Oh, and we're sorry to hear about that show you like.
What?
That space show you always used to watch. We heard on the radio coming down they're not going to make it anymore.
Right.
1993 graduation ceremony, Warwick University.
Congratulations, son.
Yes, well done. I mean, it still beats me why you need another degree at all, let alone in media studies. But all credit to you. Another first.
So, what's next?
Oh, I've got some ideas.
1994 Pebble Mill Studios, Birmingham.
Well, listen, I like your enthusiasm. We can offer you an internship, but I'm afraid it'll be unpaid.
That's fine.
1996 to 2002.
Mr. Treadwell, I'm delighted to say your application has been successful. You start as assistant producer on Tuesday.
Jim, we were hoping you could produce this series.
Well, if you're sure you want to move to the management side, Jim, you're just the sort of person we need.
Overseen by the newly appointed controller of BBC Three, James
Treadwell, who was today announced as the new controller of BBC One.
2003 BBC Television Centre.
So, thank you for coming in, Russell. I've been looking through your pitch documents. You've got a lot of good ideas.
Well, thank you very much. I'm particularly excited.
Forgive me, though. There's something I'd like to pitch to you. I think it's about time we brought back Doctor Who.
Doctor? Oh, yes, I mean, that would be my absolute dream job.
Good, good. It would need careful handling, though. I mean, for instance, random example, where would you get the noise of the TARDIS from?
Well, is the BBC radiophonic workshop still going?
I'm afraid not, but there's an excellent sound department at BBC Cardiff.
Well, there then, I suppose.
I'm very pleased to hear you say that.
2004.
In a surprise announcement, the controller of BBC One today announced he was stepping down after only 2 months in the job. He will instead be taking up a relatively junior post as overseer of sound production at BBC Cardiff.
2005 Cardiff.
Hello?
Oh, is that Jim? It's Russell here. Jim, we've just opened the effects package you sent us. I think there's been a mix-up.
I don't think so.
Well, listen to this. This is how the TARDIS effect you sent us is coming out.
That's right, yes. That's exactly right.
Well, I'm sorry, Jim, that won't work at all. Could you do as an alternative?
No, that is the noise of the TARDIS, and I am the man that makes it.
Well, I'm afraid not, Jim. If that's the best you can do, we're going to have to go elsewhere.
What? No.
I'm sorry, Jim.
No! No! No!
2006 Laxley Scenic Railway.
Hello, base. This is Patrol Car Delta Whiskey 04. We've picked up a white male in his 40s trespassing on the railway line. That's right, sir. Walking down the middle of the track, pulling a row of toy trucks. Won't give a name, sir. He just says he's a very useful engine.